Hey, I just wanted to quickly go through this add-on and explain some settings to you, as this add-on will going forward be required for all my RAID weakauras. You will be using this add-on instead of the database weakaura in the past, and it has some of the other weakauras functionalities included as well. So the amount of stuff you need to keep updated is lowered by this, basically. In general, most of these things are pretty self-explanatory, and they all have a mouse over tooltip as well. So if you're ever unsure about it, just check those. Yeah, debug stuff you don't really have to deal with. You can disable minimap button. This is just the old node comparison thing that was in the assignment auras as well. Yeah, some more TTS options than previously. You can set your volume here as well now. You can fully disable it if you don't want it. You can have a preview sound and change which voice you're using. These voices are depending on your Windows settings. Like if you have multiple language packs installed, you will have different options here than me. I can't control that. And there's a private aura macro. The add-on now automatically creates this macro for you. So you can't like get the macro wrong basically anymore. You can enable an add player ping for yourself, or because some people like to have the extra action button on the same keybind as the private aura macro, this option exists as well. And it, as you can see, it automatically edits the macro, and then you can set your keybind here. It's already working. Or alternatively, you can still just drag the macro onto your bars like you've done in the past. Either works. And the same exists for external calling. This is the same as the external weak aura in the past. Also macro created here. You can do an assist ping on yourself here as well. I recommend. I think that's just in general good to have. In general, a lot of these things require everyone to have the add-on, especially like the external stuff. You need everyone to have this. And maybe for those who just don't know what this is at all, like if you press this keybind, it automatically chooses a person in the RAID that has an external ready and assigns it to that person that tells them to use it on that person. Yeah. And for this external stuff to work, also need this external alert weak aura, which it's the same as previously. I just have it in this add-on now. Like you can quickly import it here if you want. But this is required for the externals to work. Then there's also an innovate request now, which is new. It will, it just calls an innovate from any non-resto druid, because I assume resto druids will want to use it on themselves. Yeah, you can drag this thing. It's just this runner shows you who you are getting an external from. So if I press this button, it'll just say I'm getting a blessing of sacrifice from whoever. Right here, and it would be the icon. Since I've been in here already, this is the weak auras tab. You can import some of the weak auras here. Right now there are raid weak auras in here as well. They won't be there during progress because it would just be require too many add-on updates. Especially like if I have to push an update for my guild mid-raid, I don't want to be updating the add-on for that. So this will be here after progress when updates are less frequent. Yeah, you have the interrupt weak aura, you have the external alert, you have anchors, and you have this thing and weak auras. So let's say I just make any new weak aura, doesn't matter. I copy the string, and then I can send it here. Then on my monk here, I'm getting this pop-up. Someone is sending me a weak aura, accept, and get the import. Be aware, please only use this for small weak auras. Don't send the entire raid pack through it. It still has the same restrictions as when you just send it through a chat. It's just a bit easier to like have a pop-up on everyone in your raid. Yeah. And if you don't want this at all, like you can just disable it so no one can spam you with this. The anchors, there's gonna be a separate video for this, I think. But the anchors are different now. They take over a lot of the settings now. We'll talk about that another time, I think. Let's delete this weakaura quickly. Then there's the version checker. I mean, you just select what do you want to check, a weakaura, an add-on, or the MIT node. Let's say I want to check the interrupt anchor. See, I already picked the problem here on my monk. I have a duplicate of this. So what you can do when someone has a duplicate, you click on the name, and I automatically whisper them, hey, you have a duplicate of this, please delete it. Right. Or I can be this weak aura. Oh, he doesn't have the weak aura at all. Again, click on the line, tells them install the weak aura with a link to the weak aura. The link is not correct because, well, I have it from a different import, doesn't matter. You can enable this if this will remove any line that doesn't have a problem. So check the raid pack. It removes the line from everyone that doesn't have a problem. So you only see yourself and anyone who's like out of date or has a duplicate. For add-ons, it's important that you use the add-on folder name. So for example, this add-on has to be without any spaces, because that's the add-on folder name. I think like for DBM, it would have to be something like this. Yeah. You can save all of these things in here as well. So I can be like, boom, save this. Save a weak aura. And then you can just select them here. Then for node, I mean, this one doesn't matter what you put in, obviously. It only checks anything that's like relevant for assignment. So if I put anything in here, doesn't matter. It will still, none of this is being checked basically, because it doesn't have any assignment. So only anything that has NS start and then something in here, now suddenly the number will change. And the interrupt weak aura is included as well. Like, yeah, because sometimes people like put their own reminders in here, heal CDs, whatever, instead of the personal load node. And this way it will only really check what's relevant to actually be checked. So you won't have any false detections here. Okay, then the probably most complicated tab here, nicknames. Basically up to your guild if you want to use this, but the nice thing about this is if you're doing splits or whatever, and you have a full database of all nicknames, you can in any assignment auras or interrupt aura or whatever, anything from me basically, you can just put their nickname instead of their character name. So when they log into a different character, you don't have to change the node from last week. You can just keep it the same. There's multiple ways to use this. Like you can also use this only for yourself. If your guild isn't using it, but you want nicknames displayed, you can do that as well. But the way we are using this is everyone sets their own nickname in here. Then you have to enable them globally, which is just this. This one is just for Russian names, so you can actually read them if you can't read Russian names. And then we set these to guild. What this does is every time I log in or join a group, I will broadcast my nickname to them, and then they will have it added to their database. Already in here. So that way you can be sure that every nickname is always available whenever you actually need it. The other way would be to import your nicknames here. Like say you have a spreadsheet of all nicknames and your guild leader is like, okay, I import them here. You get a pop-up, put the string in there, which the string format will be in on the CurseForge description. You can find it there. And you import your nicknames here. You click on sync. And then let me set this to rate because otherwise I will bother people in my guild that are online. Yeah. I can sync and get a pop-up here. Hey, someone's sending the nicknames, accept, and then all the nicknames are in here. So you sync the entire database to them with this button. Or you can manually add names and nicknames here if like you're only using it yourself. Yeah, again, these two options and enabling this is how we are using it with which I think is the easiest way. You just have to trust people there. They don't troll by changing their nickname every raid. And then you can enable them on your raid frames as well. For example, if I enable it on grid, I didn't properly send it, I think. It just doesn't work. Perfect. Oh, it's not. See, my monk wasn't sharing yet. That's why. Oh, it's working on my monk, but not my. Okay, well, I have to check that. But yeah, point is, you can enable them here for different add-ons. Each of them work differently. You should mouse over them to tell that they each tell you how to do it. Personally, I have all of these enabled. And yeah, and you have them on your raid frame or wherever you want them in the MRT, cooldown bars. Yeah, I just wasn't sending the first time. I don't know. This also has a spam protection, by the way. I think that's why second one wasn't showing. Like a few seconds spam protection. Yeah, now it's there. Okay, and then yeah, that's basically it. There will be one more tab eventually for setup manager where you can just drag and drop your setups a bit and import an entire sheet for like every boss, and then automatically rearrange the groups. Bit more because MIT also already has this, but I think this one where you can split the roster. I think mine will be a bit more smart, where it just better splits melee, ranged, and specific specs. Like say you have Cauldron of Carnage, you want to split the group, you just press one button, it's instantly done. Most of this is backwards compatible with like people using the old weakauras. Only the externals is not. So if you want to use externals, either everyone is on the weakaura, which will be which I will delete next year, but or everyone is already on the add-on. Okay, that concludes all the add-on stuff. I think I'm just gonna do the anchors now as well. So yeah, I've redone the entire anchors. This is a new group, so you can't update the old ones. You can just keep the old ones to see like where you had everything positioned. You can just apply it to the new ones. But what they do now is they take over a lot of the settings. Like they Right, this it's the I can make them bigger. I can change the text position. Let's take this one. Put it there or something. Right? You can change the border. You can change the icon zoom. You can change the font. You can change on bars. You can change the texture. Row direction, obviously, still. I don't know what else. Like a lot of stuff, right? Basically, just test things out. Make the anchors look like you want rate weakauras to look. Let's see, the text is now here, for example, and so on. Not everything might be perfect in the preview. Like basically, if you click on rate weakauras and it doesn't look like you expected it to, just look at the anchors. That will be how it will look in the actual encounter. I think most of the time it should still work in the options preview, but sometimes there's weird stuff. There's a lot more groups as well now. Yeah, I split text and assignment. There's tank text as well. Tanks have their own thing in the raid week auras now here, which just has all auras from bosses. You won't go in here and find a tank week aura anymore. There's also the generic and assignment week auras are now in the same pack. So this is the entire pack is what I will be uploading. So if you're only using one of them, I mean, obviously, let's say you only care about the assignment week auras and don't want the generic auras. You have to import the entire pack now, but you can just go in here, load, never, and you're done. So it's not really annoying to do that, I think. Yeah, one more thing, maybe the anchors. They are uploaded in a higher resolution now than they were previously. Because I'm playing on 1440p. So if you're on 1080, they will look very large. So yeah, just make sure to reduce their size. It's a thing you have to do once and then never again. Hopefully until like 10 years from now when Blizzard disables everything. No, but yeah. I edited this by accident. I don't know what it was. I fixed it later. Probably whatever I had in here. Probably this. Right. Yeah, I think that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. The add-on right now should be available on the alpha version. It's the same link as before, like it's the same as the Northern Sky Media. It just replaces that add-on now. This one is no longer being used. That it's just here now. And then I think a few weeks from now I will do it as full release, and then yeah, everything else will be deleted eventually. At the start of the next year, I will just delete all the old auras so no one can accidentally import it anymore. It will also tell in chat if you have like old stuff enabled. For example, if I have this add-on enabled, it'll tell in chat, yo, we have this enabled, please uninstall. Right. So yeah, there's some more explanations on the CurseWatch description as well. I don't know if I missed anything, but make sure to check that out as well. And I hope everything works out for you here. It was a lot of work, but yeah.